So to get here to the Eau-Claire Gorge, you want to drive east from North Bay heading towards Mattawa. Take the 17 highway east. There are a couple of different hiking trails you can take here at the gorge. I'm going to take you on the shortest loop. It's going to take you directly to the waterfall, and then I'm going to take you to an old log cabin that was left over from when this was a logging operation about 100 years ago. So there's a view from the top of the falls. There's a little pathway up here. I think we can get down closer to the falls and get a better view from down there. Now, there are a few kilometers of hiking trails here, but if you just want to see the waterfall and the log cabin, you can do that short loop, and the whole thing right back to the parking area is probably less than 2 kilometers. And just around this turn here, here's the log cabin. I think this cabin is about 100 years old at least. And you can see this here. Do you see how they made all these joints? Each one of these joints, these dovetail joints, are angled so that it would shut off water. Pretty ingenious, the workmanship. And this was all hand hewn. You can see the axe marks. We'll take a look inside. But there's a traditional logging camp, log cabin. I'm about 45 minutes north of North Bay, and I'm in a little town called Temagami. We're gonna go up to what's called Caribou Mountain, and we're going to climb the fire tower. And we're going to climb up to the top of it there. Well, friends, we're at the top of the tower here. The views are amazing. And I think they said on a clear day, you can see for about 60 kilometers, and so there's a view of Temagami, like I said, and that's the highway right there going through the town. So if you're heading north or south on the number 11 highway through Temagami, this is literally just a few minutes off the highway, so you could bring the family here, and it's a wonderful thing to explore, and I would highly encourage you to come and check it out. So well worth the few minutes trip off the highway. So I came into what's called White Bear Forest. It's right on the outskirts of the town of Temagami, where you have the largest stand of old growth white pine in Canada. Maybe an hour and 20 minutes north of North Bay, you'll come to a little town called Cobalt. There's one lookout on the top of an escarpment, and it looks out onto Lake Temiskaming. So this is the escarpment looking down onto Lake Temiskaming in northern Ontario. And right on the other side you have this island, and then that land on the other side of this lake, that's actually Quebec. I don't want to get too close here. We are up here, it's about 100 meters or so. So again, about 330 feet. So if you're heading on the number 11 highway through Temiskaming Shores area, just on the outskirts of Cobalt, you can take this wonderful hiking trail, very short, easy access right off the highway. Just a small glimpse of God's glory here. Certainly one of the most well-known trails in Ontario. It's also quite frequently on a list of best trails in Canada to hike, and that's called the Cup and Saucer Trail, and it's actually the highest point on Manitoulin Island. Well, this is a treat. Since I've been here last, they've actually put in some stairs here. There used to be a rope and then just a rickety old ladder, and now we got the comfort of stairs. If I had have came here probably 2 to 3 weeks from now, this would all be bright orange and yellow and red. The pictures that we took when we were here last year, I came here with my daughter, and it was just stunning. Well, friends, here you have it. Here's the lookout from the top of the escarpment. You are right on the edge, so keep an eye when you're here. I'm not sure how high. I think it's about 300 and some feet high, and there are some deep crevices that you got to walk over, so just be careful of that. Just be careful. It's a long way down here. Like I said, it's, I don't know, 350 feet or so down. Here's a view looking over the island. Actually, I looked up a website about hiking trails, and it's listed as one of the top hiking trails in North America. You can get a glimpse in the distance there of the mountain range. We're getting closer to it. Yeah, this is where it starts to climb now, up the foothills. We're on to the last third of the hike. And now this is actually the trail. There's no longer a walking trail. It's a rock scramble the rest of the way. I'll give you a view from here. This is one of the few mountain ranges in Canada made up primarily of white quartzite. Just got this much to go. There's the summit right there. All right. Almost there. We made it. This is the top of the mountain. Whew. I would highly encourage you to come and check out God's glory up here in northern Ontario if you have the opportunity. Well, I hope you all were blessed by this little excursion, and may God bless you and your families. Have a blessed day.